Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville, you always do better with Landmark. I have Central A&M School District Superintendent Dr. Deanne Heck. Great to have you back here, Dr. Heck.
It's nice to be here, Avery.
Well, you had a school board meeting coming on. I believe that was Monday night.
It was Monday night,
yeah,
right?
Thank you. And going over some of the budget and stuff, some business. What did you find out? What went on?
Well, initially at 6:45, we had our budget hearing, which was the approval of our 2023 school year budget. We're operating about $9.3 million. So it's not a massive school budget, but you have to take care of the money. That's the most important piece for my job, anyway.
Of course. And I know you had a financial review with a certified public accountant too. I mean,
correct.
How is the district doing? How would they summarize, and how would you summarize the fiscal health of the district?
It was exciting to have our accountant there because he gave us good news. We actually are in the top financial recognition that given by the state. And it's called recognition. That's the highest level you can receive by the state. So we're doing well. We have a lot of cash on hand. We have a great fund balance, a balance of funds to revenue, which is good. And so we were pleased to hear what he had to say.
That's excellent. How is your employment needs of the district looking right now?
We hired, we're doing great right now. We hired an aide for our Kimmer Village School, and that was Melissa Zuber. We welcome her. And we approved a volunteer coach for the girls basketball team, and we welcome Stephanie Vale to that. We have the need of a custodian right now. So we're interviewing for a custodial position. So if anybody's interested, and it's kind of a technical position, we're looking for someone who has basic knowledge of electrical and mechanical. So it's not just sweeping floors. This is somebody we're looking for to do some of those skilled labor things.
A maintenance.
More maintenance, right? So, and outside maintenance as well.
Right.
So that position, if anybody's interested in that, they can pull up our website and get the information for Charlie Brown, who is our high school principal. He is the one who is receiving all of the applications, and I think there's information on the website as well as to how, and Facebook, Mr. Brown's Facebook page. There's information on that as well. So.
Right. And you mentioned you just hired a high school girls basketball coach. Is this an assistant coach?
It's actually a volunteer coach.
Okay.
So she doesn't get paid, but she's going to help with the coaching of the girls.
Right.
We have our coach and our assistant in place. Actually, I think we have two assistants. So yeah, we take girls basketball pretty seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Now.
And I know they're young. They're actually like the Central Illinois Conference version of Taylorville right now, in my opinion.
Yes.
Young, very talented.
Yes.
Had a rough-ish season last year, but that's because they're learning.
Right.
And they're going to continue that. Is Coach Weekly going to be back this year?
He is.
Okay.
He is. Yep. He's coaching football. And but his assistants, as soon as practice starts, I think it started this week, maybe.
I think soon, if it hasn't.
Yeah. They will be doing that while he's in it. And depending on how far we get in playoffs for football, they'll be doing the coaching of that while he's doing football.
Right.
But yes, he is the head coach for girls.
Fantastic. I always, for a moment, I was surprised to see him, but that's just the kind of temperament that he has. He's a great coach.
He is a great coach.
And also, let's not forget, all those football players that are going to play basketball, they're going to have like a week to recover.
That's all they have.
I know.
It's crazy how fast that goes.
That's such a quick turnaround. I know last year they had like less than a week even. To prepare because they went to the semifinal round.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they're in playoffs this year too.
Yes. Yep. So we'll see.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Anything else that you wanted to discuss here about your regular meeting for the Board of Education that occurred Monday?
No, we didn't have a lot going on. Just we had our student council president, Sam Moore, came and talked about what the student council is doing. And they just finished a bike run that was very successful last Saturday. And they've got some other things in the works. They had a blood drive last week, so they're doing a lot of things for the community and for the school.
How did the blood drive go?
Well, he said they totaled up all the pints, and they had 2 gallons of blood, which, I mean, may not sound like a lot, but when you're taking blood all day, I guess it's quite a bit.
Well, and there's a need right now for blood centers across the country even.
Yes.
So anything that they can collect is a bonus.
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk a little bit about CEO. Remind me where your CEO students participate. Is it part of Shelby County or is it part of Christian County?
We're in Shelby County.
Okay.
Right.
So what have you heard from them as of late? How's it going with them?
They're doing okay. I think we only have 2 kids in it this year.
Okay.
And that's such a great program. I sat on the board for the Montgomery County CEO when I was over at Litchfield, and just a really wonderful program.
Yeah.
And our kids have gotten a lot out of it. Our past kids, and I know that any future kids will have just I can't speak enough. I can't speak highly enough for that program.
Have they gone on any trips of note, or are they planning any?
I'm not sure. I haven't. Yeah, I'm not in that day-to-day piece of it.
Gotcha. Understood. So nothing that's been submitted to the district.
Correct. Right.
Well, do you have any other cool things going on in terms of maybe groups like maybe FFA or
our
stuff
FFA
like that?
has been doing gangbusters in doing a lot of different events outside of school and contests, and they're doing well. They did great on the horse judging, and had some. So I think they've done soil judging so far, and they're just doing really well. We often have kids that go into the interview process. There's a contest for that. Right. And the speaking. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what they do this year.
Yeah, I do too. I know sometimes there's the International 4-H Conference. I'm not sure if that's something they'll get to do or not this year, but that's coming up pretty soon too, I would imagine.
Well, and they have they don't do, I think the 4-H groups each do that, but our FFA, they're going to the internet or the national FFA contest.
That's what I was
convention.
That's what I was
in Indianapolis.
That's what I was referencing. I beg your pardon.
That's all right.
They are going to that though.
Yes, they are going to that. I think we have 20 kids going.
Wow.
18, 20. Yeah.
That's such a great experience.
Oh, it is. They love it. Lots of great things to learn.
Yeah. Wow. Any other cool, notable trips for any other groups or stuff like that?
Our littles have taken trips to the pumpkin patch and different areas. I think we have a group of kids going up to Bloomington today. I think it's today. That's our student council, and they were doing some virtual reality stuff. So I'm interested to hear how that went.
I get the sense they didn't fill you in on exactly what they're doing.
No, it's virtual reality. So
I wonder what they're doing in virtual reality right now.
Exactly. In Bloomington, Illinois.
Interesting. Have you ever, this is a side question before we go into break. Have you ever been to the Great Pumpkin Patch in Arthur?
I have.
It's such a fantastic pumpkin patch. I just went there this last weekend and I had a great time. I kind of likened it to Legoland of Pumpkins.
It really is a great place. That's where our kids always go when they go on.
I was wondering. I bet that that's where it was going. Anyway, that's Superintendent of Central A&M School District, Dr. Deanne Heck, here on the WTIM Morning Show. More from her after this short break, right here on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.
This month, Chanson's Heating and Air is in the pink.
Yes, we are.
I gotta say, that's a mighty fine pink shirt you're sporting, Troy.
I make this look good.
Chanson's has been in the comfort business for 35 years.
And this month, you can help us provide extra comfort for some very special people.
A portion of October sales will benefit HSHS St. Anthony's Women's Wellness Center. providing support to local cancer patients and their families.
Jansen's will donate $10 for every service call,
$15 for every time we improve the air quality of someone's home.
and $50 for every new system we install.
And as always, we do it proudly in our special pink shirts.
It's our favorite color.
I guess you could say we're tickled pink.
Yeah,
Makes you think.
sure.
Who knows, this money could provide the missing link.
Okay,
Wink, wink.
that's enough.
562-5201 or visit jansensheating.com.
I wish I could give you a pink slip.
At Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, we want you to be a part of the program as well via the Archer's Alley Catch of the Week. Each week, we'll select one of your pictures submitted at centralillinoisoutdoors.com and invite you to tell your story of the great outdoors. We're looking for your kid's first catch or even your first big buck. There's a simple, easy form you can fill out on your phone or computer at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Send us your story, send us your pic. centralillinoisoutdoors.com and the Catch of the Week, brought to you by Archer's Alley, North 22nd Street in Decatur.
I'm Sarah Van Huss, Assistant Vice President at People's Bank and Trust in Pana and Taylorville. People's Bank and Trust is proud of their longtime sponsorship of Taylorville High School Students of the Month on the many News Talk WTIM platforms on AM, FM, and online.
I'm Sarah Mast, Freshman Student of the Month for Taylorville High School. My hobbies are working with animals and helping other people with special needs. And as future plans, I'd probably want to help other people with special needs.
People's Bank and Trust congratulates these Taylorville High School Students of the Month and wishes them the best in their continued education. We put people first at People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is Megan Lopez with Nesty's Burger Joint on the south side of the Taylorville Square. To see our menu, click on our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Shawlis Nagel, Executive Director at Kimmer Village in Assumption. To learn more about our services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. We're in studio with Dr. Deanne Heck, Superintendent of Central A&M School District. And Dr. Heck, you are very involved with the arts department, arts and theater, and I understand you have some stuff you want to share.
Sure. Tomorrow night we have a music concert at the middle school, and it's our middle school kids. So you'll hear the fifth grade band probably as well, a fifth and sixth grade band, which is so much fun to go to the first one. And it's a little bit painful. I'm not going to lie about that. But what is so cool is to see how they grow throughout the year. If you go to the first one and the last one, anybody who's a musician loves to see that growth, and that's exciting. So our choir will sing. We have a jazz band that will probably play, and that's tomorrow night. I believe it starts at 6:30 at Assumption.
Right, at the middle school.
Yeah,
understood.
And in the spring, they're talking about the musical. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at, but maybe High School Musical. That'll be in March, April. That's when we usually have it. So we're excited about that. We're getting some new microphones.
Oh, cool!
And very excited about that.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of super important when you're doing a show.
Right, of course.
But yes, very near and dear to my heart. I was a theater teacher at Galesburg High School.
Oh,
so
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
So I see the connection now. Makes a ton of sense. Well, tell me, do you have any other updates that you are willing or wanting to share with people? Maybe if you have some improvements to the district at all. And
we're looking at we had some lights go out. Our lights went out in the yard of the middle school.
Okay.
And so we're trying to figure out where that disconnect is. Every time we turn them on, they break us. They shake a breaker or whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever,
I get
they
what you're
knock a
putting
breaker
down.
out, right?
Right.
So we have to figure that out. But that's why if anybody comes to the middle school and there's no lights on, that's on the outside parking lots. There's a breaker that's thrown every time we turn them on. So we're working on that. We have some other, basic little things that we'll be working on this year. Maintenance grants. I'm writing those.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I did apply for a pre-K construction grant. It's a competitive grant. I don't know if we'll get it.
Pre-K construction grant.
Right.
So for
I would,
preschool.
yes, building a preschool
Mm.
area. Right now we're taking up some rooms that could be that. It also would allow us to expand our preschool. We have quite a few kids that are on a waiting list, and right now we can only take 40. So we'd love to get that to where we can take 80 kids for pre-K. But
that'd be fantastic.
it would be fantastic. But I don't know if we can get that grant, and we'll see. We just keep working at it.
Do you have an estimate of how many kids are on the wait list?
There's about 18.
So, I mean, all of them served like that.
Yep.
If this grant is approved.
Exactly. So that's our goal. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that your enrollment overall as a school district has increased over the last couple of years. And I would bet that you are anticipating the preschool numbers to continue to grow as well.
We actually know that they will. We've had a lot of babies born in the last 3 years. So our classes are getting bigger. And which is a great problem to have, right? So we are looking to see how do we do this. And for about since 2000, our numbers were dropping. We right at 1999 we had about 1,200 kids in our school. And by the time I got there in 2016, we were down to right at 600. Wow. So we dropped in half.
Right.
And that's a lot of dropping in a very short amount of time. So we stabilized, and in the last 8 years, we have started to go back up. We're now, as of yesterday, our numbers were 748. Wow. So it's exciting to see us go back up. That's our goal.
I mean, I know we're looking way back in the past year, but originally, what led to such a dramatic drop?
I think people moved away for jobs, and a lot of young families were going into the cities. Cities were very popular, and then COVID hit,
and then everybody's moving back.
And they're understanding that maybe it's not so bad to be away, but be near grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles. And so we're seeing a lot of family members coming back. We're also seeing people that just have moved into the area because they want to get their kids out of the larger schools. Nothing to say anything against larger schools, but it's a different atmosphere. And if you grew up there, a lot of times people really like that small atmosphere.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to say about this potential, and big emphasis on potential grant for pre-K?
I hope we get it, but we're going to keeping our fingers crossed, and we won't know for a couple months yet. It takes a while for those to get checked out and looked at, but yeah.
I have kind of a fun thing to end on, but I wanted to ask you if there's anything else that you wanted to discuss or share before we go.
I just wanted to say, it's harvest, and we're doing a lot of field trips, and people are going to the pumpkin patch and the sunflower fields, and that is fantastic. But please be careful when you're driving. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of driving mistakes, and there's so many more trucks on the road. There's more school buses because we are doing field trips. There's just a lot of traffic, and please be careful as you go through the intersections in the country, especially.
Right. I know that you haven't quite seen this here yet, Dr. Heck, but I know this is pretty cool. This is kind of a signifier of how far the district has come in its time. Central A&M High School Principal Brown posted a picture of 100 years ago of the graduating class of 1923 from Owequa High School of 16.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
What is your graduating class now?
I think we're right at 56, 58, somewhere in that range, but most of our classes range between 55 and 60. So
that's really, wow. That's just the growth. You can go see those pictures. It's really cool at Central A&M High School Principal Brown on Facebook or Twitter. Dr. Heck, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, Avery.
WTIM.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared martial law in annexed regions of Ukraine, giving the Kremlin tighter control. Putin did not immediately spell out the steps that would be taken